Shalom Israel. Want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahawah, BASHAM, YAHAWAHSHI, BASHAM, Rakak, Wadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders who teach and rule well at Great Millstone, in peace and salutations and peace and mercy to the prophets, the hopeful elect, the 144,000, and to the men and women of the 12 lost tribes of Israel, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native American Indians. Shalom. Back with another lesson. I'll title this one, In the World Ye Shall Have Tribulation. In the world ye shall have tribulation. And times are getting tougher. Rent is going up. And through me, I'm a witness to it. And I'm pretty sure, there's plenty of others out there that are feeling the squeeze. And you also see they keep talking about a recession. We're already in a recession right now. With the inflation and with this diesel this diesel shortage. When these trucks aren't, and we're coming into the winter time. And when these trucks, because this is going to happen. Esau uses his media, and they try to, dress it up, and the Lord told you we're going into the worst time in human history. Shit is gonna hit the fan. They can keep trying to, rub your back all they want, but at some point, this thing about to hit the fan. With this diesel shortage, when these trucks aren't able to drop, go on their routes, and with the supplies and demands and stuff like that, with these businesses, the job layoffs are coming. The cost of buying a house, especially here in California, is, you got to have some millions, to buy a house. It's going to cost you a pretty penny. And it ain't even all that. As far as buying a house, if you want to buy a house, but we didn't move past that, way past that. It's bigger than that. But just the things that are coming down the line, that is getting tight. It's getting tight. You see, now you're starting to see, these civilians, these Americans, these Babylonians, they're starting to go after these government officials, these government leaders. You see with Nancy Pelosi's husband. See? And this is just the Lord, sending them fanners on this place. You got the price of meat. I went to the store yesterday, and the price for boneless chicken is $23. $23 for a thing of boneless chicken. And I was talking to neighbor, and a quick conversation, and he was saying it costs like $80 for a turkey. It costs like $80 for a turkey at Kentucky Fried Chicken. At one of these, $80. at Kentucky Fried Chicken. You know, this is where this thing is heading. This is where this thing is heading. I want to read an article because there's just a host of, I mean, it's so much going on. It's so much going on. And then, you know, you have this world war, you know, in a minute you're going to have, China against Taiwan, invading Taiwan. You're going to have Israel and Iran. You got that Russia and Ukraine. You already have the American troops on the ground over there in Ukraine. I mean, you know, there is something coming down the line here that's going to be serious. But, you know, this power grid is the American power grid, electric grid. It's under attack more than it's ever been. They're going to shut the lights off in this place, man. I mean, diesel shortage, inflation, you know, crime, defunding the police, you know, and then right along with them shutting this power off. I was looking at something, I think it's over there in that Europe, that they're warning that, you know, people are, you know, they're going to start announcing that you could experience up to 3 to 5 hours without no power. You know, and this is going to be the new normal of things, and it's just going to, you know, crime is going to elevate to a whole nother level. But it's mass tribulation coming, and you know, right along with these that sea hip, that charagma, that chocolate chip is coming. That is coming. They're preparing that digital dollar. They're preparing the whole infrastructure of it right now. And people are going to be put to the test. It's some tribulation coming. Some trouble. Let me the devil is Esau, Edom. They're laying they didn't laid the foundations right. They didn't already laid everything that they need to lay to come in like a flood. You see, great wrath is coming. This is an article I was reading, and it says Texas power grid. This is a couple days ago. It says Texas power grid energy sectors facing elevated Russian cyber threats during war in Ukraine. You see, it says utility companies and key oil and gas transportation hubs are on high alert as Russian hackers have been probing energy infrastructures, digital networks for weak points. See, and America is surrounded right now. You know, Russia knows this place. You see, and Russia ain't the same old Russia. This is a new revival of that Soviet Union. You know, Russia got them hypersonic missiles that move, you know, at the speed of light, man. And you can't detect them. You know, when this war kicks off, because these missiles are coming here to America. They're coming. You know, they're coming. But before the missiles come, it's gonna be chaos. And one of them, Russia is going. The Lord is going to put the spirit on Russia, and ultimately the Lord, YAHAWAHSHI, is going to turn the power off in this place, man. The power is going to go off. It ain't too much longer. It says Russian hackers have been probing Texas energy infrastructures for weak points in the digital system that would allow them to steal sensitive information or disrupt operations, according to interviews with energy companies state officials, and cybersecurity experts. You see, it says President Joe Biden last week warned that the White House has involving intelligence that the Russian government is exploring options for potential cyber attacks. You see, I'm gonna leave it there. I'm gonna get to the scriptures. Because it's just bad trouble coming, man. It's bad trouble. You're gonna have a host of things. Let me get to the scriptures real quick. What I want to go to. You're gonna have a host of problems here real soon. Any day, man. Let's go to Revelation 18:8, and it reads, "Therefore shall her plagues come in one day." And that one day isn't just one day, it's over a period of time. It says, "Therefore shall her plagues come in one day, death and mourning and famine, and she shall be utterly burned with fire. For strong is Yahawah BASHAM YAHAWAHSHI, who judgeth her." And the Lord is judging this place right now. This is why you keep seeing stuff. I mean, it's just getting worse, man. It's getting worse. It's going to be sedition amongst men, robberies and theft and, murder and rape and kidnapping. Once this power goes off, it's going to be there's going to be no mercy. You see, there's going to be no mercy. People going to be getting robbed of their food. People going to be getting their kids taken. It's time. These businesses, these stores, your grocery stores, your malls and stuff, going to be burned down. You see. Let's go to John. What is that? Call Haloyim La Alahayana with Yahawah BASHAM YAHAWAHSHI. All praise, honor, and glory to Yahawah BASHAM YAHAWAHSHI. You see? I mean, it's just it's just trouble and chaos coming, man. Tribulation. John 9:4, and it reads, John 9:4, "I must work the works of him that sent me, while it is day. The night cometh when no man can work." And see, we coming into them times. It ain't gonna be too much more time of having access to this word, doing these lessons, brothers out there on the highways and hedges, and they're gonna be, Esau the devil he's gonna come after the men of the Lord. He ultimately gonna come after Israel, man, and this Jacob's trouble that's coming. So you have the prophets, out here with the along with the apostles and the elders and bishops on down, the prophets on down at Great Millstone, and to the other men teaching this same likewise doctrine, blowing the trumpet and doing the work, because the time is coming where no man may work, man. And that also goes to your jobs, your employment, because a lot Jake, they depend on that money and need their jobs and to feed their family. But the time is coming where all that's going to be taken away. All that's going to be taken away. When the night cometh where no man may work. You see? And you could be out here on the run or sleeping in the streets. If you got a family, sleeping in the woods, or, in this time of chaos that's coming. Let me go to Luke. This is why you should be seeking the Lord with all thine heart. We're in that time, man. Luke because the devil is coming. They preparing it right now for you. Luke 19:43. Luke 19:43, and it reads, "For the days shall come upon thee." See? For the days shall come upon thee. These days is coming upon us. You see? That thine enemies, that thine enemies shall cast a trench about thee, and compass thee round, and keep thee in on every side. And this is when that martial law come, that Jacob's trouble. And that Jacob's trouble is for Jacob. You so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native American Indians. That trench is coming. That they're gonna shut off these different cities. You won't be all that trying to go to cousin Joe's house and Uncle Steve's. In these different cities, and they're gonna be cut off. You're gonna have these detention centers set up. These blackouts. Access to food is gonna be limited. The worst time. This is in the time of Jacob's trouble, and this is what the devil Esau Edom is getting ready to do. They're gonna cast a trench about thee around. They're gonna shut off everything. This is what's coming. You can forget about your job. You can forget about picking your kids up from school, because them days is coming to an end. It says 44, "And shall lay thee even with the ground, and thy children with thee." See, it ain't gonna be no mercy. You and your children are gonna be laid out as dung. You're gonna be like poop or shit on the ground, just laid there dead. To those that the Lord is gonna put to death for judgment, man. It says, "And they shall not leave in thee one stone upon another, because thou knowest not the time of thy visitation." See, and a lot of Jakes, with this sports and entertainment, they got this Kanye West and all these different distractions going on. They got a lot of distractions going on. But you got to stay in this word and keep and pray and watch everything right now, because it's coming down the line. It's going to be a lot of trickery, man, a lot of trickery. But the Lord said the elect will not be deceived, man. That they might be deceived, but they ain't gonna be deceived, because the elect is gonna be sealed in this time to come, man. See. Let me go to Ezekiel, but they cast in that trench, and they gonna come in like a flood on Jake, man. With these blackouts, with the famine, the pestilence. Let me go to Ezekiel. We'll go to Ezekiel 5, and we'll start at 15. Ezekiel 5:15, and it reads, "So it shall be a reproach and a taunt, an instruction and an astonishment unto the nations that are round about thee, when I shall execute judgment in thee in anger and in fury and in furious rebukes. I, Yahawah BASHAM YAHAWAHSHI, have spoken it. The Lord hath spoken it." 16. When I shall send upon them the evil arrows of famine. See, this famine is coming. There's nothing else coming in. These ports, the diesel fuel shortage. When you're not in the days coming where these they can't deliver food. You can't call no Grubhub because there's no food to deliver. This is what's coming. These evil arrows of famine. It says, "Which shall be for their destruction, and which I will send to destroy you. And I will increase the famine upon you, and will break your staff of bread." The Lord said he's going to increase the famine. This famine going to be so bad This famine gonna be so bad. You know, people gonna be wanting to eat their own shit. Seriously, this how bad the famine is gonna be. See, and this is for judgment. This is for judgment. And 2/3 of you, Jake, is going to be caught up in this judgment because you didn't want to seek the Lord. The Lord didn't gave all this time, man. He didn't gave all this time. All this time. I mean, you still have time to seek the Lord. You still have time to seek the Lord, to quit gang banging, quit stealing and robbing, quit committing adultery, lying, scheming, blaspheming the Lord, homosexuality. I mean, you have all the time to repent and to come back to the Lord, Jake. You have all the time. But the Lord said, 17, so will I send upon you famine and evil beasts, and they shall bereave thee, and pestilence and blood shall pass through thee, and I will bring the sword upon thee. I, Yahawah, BASHAM, YAHAWAHSHI, have spoken it. The Lord has spoken it. He said, I'm going to bereave thee. You see, people are going to be witnessing. You're going to witness your closest loved ones get put to death in this time. Let me go to the Lord told you, seek ye the Lord while he may be found. Seek ye the Lord while he may be found. Because that time is coming. Because once they shut off this word, with no access to the internet, where no man can work, and out there on the high, having access to highways and hedges, once they shut off this, it's over. They coming. Amos 8 and 11. Salakia. Yeah, Amos 8 and 11, and it reads, behold, the days come, saith YAHAWAHSHI, that I will send a famine in the land, not a famine of bread, nor a thirst for water, but of hearing the words of YAHAWAHSHI. See? 12, and they shall wander from sea to sea, and from the north even to the east. They shall run to and fro to seek the word of the Lord, and shall not find it. You see? So the time is coming where this trouble, you've been warned. You've had all the time to come back. You see everything that's happening from the famine. You see the food shortages, the cost of food, the less of food there is, the higher they're going to drive the price. The diesel shortage, the gas shortage, soon you're not going to be able to drive nowhere. You see? And all it's going to take is, one of these attacks or explosions, or to where it drives the nation, America, Babylon, to the people into panic, and they start going and like they did at the beginning of the pandemic, buying all the toilet paper, buying all water and stuff like that. It ain't got to that yet. That was just a little taste with that pandemic, but there's something coming down the pike where it's finna get to that. People are gonna go into a pure panic and be scared. See, and then they gonna wanna, and then they're gonna. The time is coming where they're gonna want to seek the Lord, man. They're gonna want to hear this word, but the Lord said you're not gonna find it. And then here it is, coming these blackouts, and then the crime is really gonna go to a whole nother level. People gonna be afraid to come outside in the evening or nighttime. You know what I mean? And you're gonna have these hate groups out here that hate Jake, and then you also have these gangs out here and these malicious people, and it's gonna be violence, man, violence. And then when it come to dark nighttime, ain't gonna be no power, See, but I got one more and I'll close out. See? And a lot of people going to be trying to seek the Lord, and they're going to be calling on Jesus or Yah or Yahweh or Yeshua or Jehovah, and that ain't gonna get it. Psalm 9 and 10, and it reads, and they that know thy name, and they that know thy name, that name, Yahawah, BASHAM, YAHAWAHSHI, will put their trust in thee. For thou, Yahawah, BASHAM, YAHAWAHSHI, has not forsaken them that seek thee. Shalom, Israel.